I'm speaking with Frank Melloni, Season 4 Top Shot. He's a Long Island resident. We can then talk about things in New York. There's a Second Amendment event going on. You're a firearms instructor. Frank, you give me too much to talk about here in 5 minutes. First of all, hold that mic up to you. Right up there. There you go. All right, tell me first of all.
Mic'd up. They don't like to see the mics on Top Shot.
Well, you Top Shot guys. Tell us first of all your Top Shot experience. What was it like?
Top Shot experience? Geez, it was unique, one of a kind. You know, 1 year you're watching the show on TV. The next year you're competing in it, and the next year you're rubbing elbows with all the people that you used to watch on TV at the SHOT Show. You know?
Top Shot, Frank, has been like the breakout program that's really led to a greater awareness of firearms and the shooting sports across not just the channels we're used to seeing stuff, which are great, but on other places, the networks, that Top Shot and other shows like that, it led to a bevy of other shows. It was really a unique thing.
Yes. Top Shot was great because what it did was it brought these names of companies, firearms industry, the firearms industry in general, into the living room of the everyday television viewer. You know, while you know, you wouldn't hear of companies, you know, most people know Remington and Winchester, but all the other companies in between, you know, you might not have ever heard of Hornady until Top Shot was out, you know. And what was nice about Top Shot is it took firearms and it put them in, exposed them for the light where the majority of firearms are used, you know, fun, recreational purposes, you know. People hear firearms, the first people in New York, the first thing people think is crime. Then the next thing is, you know, shooting another person. But you have to remember that billions of rounds of ammunition that are made every year, the majority of them are going into the dirt and the berm at a competition or a local shooting range. And it was really nice to get that into the spotlight and put firearms in a different view. Just the average firearm owner is regarded as like a nut or the gun nut, you know, because we enjoy that as a sport. It's simply any other sport. It's taking a projectile and putting it somewhere, you know, and depending on the equipment you like to use is just what you like to use. You know, I like to shoot a gun. I like to put a piece of lead at a piece of paper. People play basketball, take a rubber ball and throw it through a hoop, you know, and it's really just that simple. The 8th of February, this isn't just for New York, this is nationwide. There's a movement, if we can get this link up, it's facebook.com, second right. The movement is going to be nationwide. We are going to demonstrate peaceful protest outside of every Capitol building in every state of the country. It's building a lot of steam. I believe we're well over 10,000 people right now, coast to coast, and we need the support of every firearms owner to hopefully do something with these recent laws. I know in New York, the laws that were passed were draconian.
Leading the way again, New York, and not the right way.
Exactly. You know, I mean, and that's really my point. You know, once New York falls, the rest of the country is going to fall because they're going to use this as their blueprint.
Absolutely.
You know, once they have the blueprint and they say, well, look at all the people in New York, that's a densely populated area, at least the part of New York that most of the country thinks is a densely populated area. There was no rioting. Let's start feeling out, go to the next step in the liberal states until, of course, we're over to states as far away from being liberals as, you know, Texas, areas like that, and then they'll just be the last ones, you know. It starts in New York, and it's going to stretch coast to coast. We saw that in 24 hours. Governor Cuomo signed his bill. Next thing, President Barack Obama has 23 executive orders, which had nothing to do with firearm security. It was really just a big to-do list.
And as we've all been talking about here, it's time for folks to get involved.
Absolutely.
It's time to step up and to think like this. Peaceful protest, all within our rights to assemble, another part of our Constitution, Frank. That's a great idea. We'll put that up again at the end of the interview. And lastly, got about a minute left. Tell us about Renaissance Firearms Instruction.
Renaissance Firearms Instruction is a company I started when I got back from Top Shot. It was always part of the plan, but it really picked up a lot of steam once my publicity started up. I focus on the Renaissance of Long Island, areas like that. These are the areas that Top Shot really catered to and really got firearms interest brewing. You know, the average New Yorker sees a firearm owner, as I was saying before, as a nut, as a criminal. Part of that Renaissance means time of change. Time of change where we can start seeing guns and the sports in a brighter light, in a non-violent light. And I promote that 100%. I cater to the basically all walks. I have a specialty, of course, in beginning shooters because the majority of my students are. I teach basic rifle, pistol, then we step it up. We teach a little bit of defensive pistol. We teach an introduction to long-range shooting, and one of the only guys on Long Island that teach the ammunition reloading course. The NRA sponsors, and I've tweaked it a little bit because that was my area of expertise on Top Shot. It's going to come in handy because part of the New York bill is no online ammunition sales anymore, so it's one of the only ways to get affordable ammunition.
How can we get more information about Renaissance Firearms Instruction?
You can simply visit the website, renaissancefirearmsinstruction.com, and you'll most likely get me directly, and I'll help you guys out.
welcome back.